So for the material list, I'm working with acrylic on this beautiful painting, this lily pad, and the base is more bluey greeny color, which is on top of the water. So we need different kind of blue. I talk about the materials that we have here. So I need blue color, I need the white color to mix with and make it lighter, and then we need green color as well for the leaves. We can make it lighter and darker with yellow and even browny color. And then we need the colors for our lily pad. For our lilies, actually I use this magenta, but you don't need to have exactly this one. Any kind of red you have, we can mix it with white and reach the pinky color. So we need a little darker tone like a black and brown as well. And then these are about the paint. If you see, the brand doesn't matter. I go with different kind of brand like Amsterdam, Liquid Text, Artist Loft, and everything. But we know that if we go with the like artistic material, we get the better result because the pigment is different. So these are about the paint. We need the, let's see, we need the brushes. We need the brushes, at least 3 brushes, different size. One larger, one smaller, and one like a round and pointy brush for the details. So the one which is larger and the medium size, it can be flat or filbert. I love filbert, which is curvy on top, so I can make a beautiful painting with that. And even if you go with a flat brush, would be fine too. And I would like to mix my paint with palette knife, so I have one palette knife to mix with, or even I can make a texture with this part of the palette knife, which is so cool. And then I need actually the disposable palette paper to put my paint on top of it and mix it. So here is a palette that I have. I prefer to work on top of this paper palette because it's just one paper sheet and I don't need to clean it after. Have a challenge with cleanup of the acrylic paint, which has a glue, and then I put in a garbage. Yeah, so we need the water for cleaning our paint brush, I mean, and then we need the paper towel. So these are about the material, and the main things that I don't want to forget that is the surface that we are going to work with. So for this specific painting, I try, actually not just for this one, for everything that I would like to start painting on it, I see what I have. And I love just go through everything that it's possible to paint on it, even the fabric like tote bag or canvas or even the wood. Any surface would be great, and you need to prepare that first and then apply on it. So for acrylic paint, I go with masonite wood. It's like a board, if you see. So it's a board and both sides are the same. um, Actually, if you work with the oil, it was better to add the gesso on top, 2-3 layers. But for acrylic, it's okay because acrylic has glue inside and it's not stick and it's a stick to our surface. So we can just apply with the acrylic on top. And this is 9 by 12 inches. So if you like to have a square shape, like a rectangular shape, oval shape of the canvas, feel free to working on those kind of different type of the material and surface. So yeah, we have everything. So if you have same as me everything around, yeah, let's start, have a quick drawing and start painting. Okay, I add my paint on top of the palette paper, which is really colorful. Actually, we don't need to add lots of paint, but I love the colors. I have like 3 different kind of blue, 3 different kind of green, and red with yellow, brown and black, and the white color. In reality, we don't need much color like that. If you have just the 3 colors, which is um, what we call it's a primary color like yellow, blue, and red. And then white and black, you can get everything and then paint with those. So yellow and red give you orange, blue and red give you purple, and yellow with blue give you like a green color. So if you don't have all this paint, that's fine, but I just in case add the different kind of blue, green, and everything, which is my favorite. So I just try to draw first the lily pad and then apply start from the sky. So I would separate them with a pinky color, little bit drop of water. I don't want to have a juicy color, just a little bit light tone. The reason I go with the light tone because my surface is dark, it's creamy. So if you work on top of the white surface, you need to make it a little darker to be visible. So the focal point is the big one, which is here. The lily pad is just pretend. I don't want to go through every details on it. I just try to apply. This is the main shape of my lily, and the details more I'm going to add later. So even it's smaller than the things I prefer to be, because I would bring the background color, and that's another one I'm going to add. Then one here, smaller, and then another one here. Okay, that's this. Then I'm going to separate a little bit the space for the leaves, because the shape of the leaves is a little bit look like the oval shape. And let me clean the brush, wipe it with a napkin, and just I apply with the green color, which I can make it lighter with white, and even if I add the yellow, make it warmer too. So the shape of the leaves is not really circly here, etc. We make it a little longer and oval shape. So I'm going to draw like, I know it's not exactly very light like this, but I would go a little bit light, and then gradually we make it darker. And under this are most of the time darker. So I just pretend the place of them to have an idea where it's supposed to be. Even it's your masterpiece, you can add some of them, you can cancel, you don't need to have all of them in your painting, but if you like to have, very welcome to do that. Okay, I'm happy with this. I know some more I need to bring, but so far I'm fine with that. Or maybe one on the top, very long top, like here. And these are a quick like drawing, which is easy to follow the steps, and then we need to apply the blue color as a first layer, and then we try to finish it as a second layer more and more. So that's for me is a drawing with a paint. Okay, after that I just would like to cover the background with the paint, because help me to move on faster and easier. If you first cover whole the background of your canvas or wood with any color, that would be helpful because we already have the paint on top, and the second one, which is this drawing shape, come on top, and it's more strong and colorful. But if we don't have anything and right away we jump on a canvas or wood board, it's better to add one tone and one layer, then apply exactly, build it as the finishing layers. So I just try to apply with the blue color just in case. Any blue, dark, light, it's okay because you can change it anytime. And of course I'm changing it to the lighter tone later. I would add a little white color later on, but so far I'm just wondering to cover it with one blue color. I try to be a little accurate, not to move inside to my drawing, but even just in case, sometimes happen that you cover the light part or even the drawing shape, it's fine. Don't make yourself worry. And I really love to have my acrylic paint like a thick and heavy paint. Even the model that we are going to work has a texture on it. So I just would like to pretend that texture, so I'm not worried about the blending in my painting. And you see I'm going very dark or light, doesn't really important for me so far, but I try my best not to touch the edges of the flower and even the leaves. I know that they will come to have more space for those, but so far I'm coming in between, which is not easy. We need to try our best not to go inside this teeny tiny part of the flowers. So the tip of brush would be helpful most of the time. And when you are coming it down, lower actually, it's okay if you make it darker too. Even on this not accurate drawing and painting, it's okay to be more with the shadow light, even the texture you make, both are fine. I just make a little mixture of dark blue and light blue. And you see my brush stroke just left, right, back and forth. And I try to make as much as I can really simple. And this simplicity brings us the beauty. And I try to cover it as much as I can. Okay. Now I feel that everything is covered with one tone, just a simple solid bluey tone. So I need to wait, get everything dry, and then apply more layers on top. Okay, so I think our painting is dry. For the second pass, I'm going to start again from the background, which is the bluey color. So I'm going a little layer darker, or it depends. Some part lighter, some part darker, and I'm going to what we call adding some even details at the same time if we need. So I just make sure to have really light blue color on top and apply more accurately. If you feel you need to add a drop of water, because sometimes the paint it's sticky, doesn't move easily. Okay. Even I can mix this blue color together to get the new one, and then bring some motion of different blue color on top. The things that happen is I would finish as much as water I can, because when I bring the lily on top, I would call that the background is finished, and just everything it's come on top of it, which is the lily and the leaves and everything, or even some details. So, and we have even so much details on top of the water, so I'm going to bring all those later on, not now. So far I'm okay with this, and even I can pretend some more greeny tone, but the details come reflection on top, so I can do that later. I have an idea of where my flowers are placed, so I'm not worried about exactly the details of drawing, so even if I go through them, it doesn't matter. Oops. I just try to make these two blue mix together, give me the nice blue color. Some part is very bright, some part is just a little darker. Apply different blue, two different coat, give us more strength in our painting. So I'm just pretend that this bottom part is a little darker. Even I can add a black to mix with my paint and make it a little bit more dark. I can pretend some more wave on top. Okay. After you feel you're happy with just the value and the tone, darkness, and everything on the whole general on your water, because we'll bring some more details of course on top, but as long as you feel the base be nice and happy with, so we can apply like a little bit other colors on top. I just go a little purpley value. Okay. Okay. So I don't want to overwork. At the same time, I go with the lighter tone on top and move gradually down to the bottom part and go very darker as well. So I'm going to add some more details around, like around the edges, like this side of the uh, top part has a little texture, and even here is greeny and has a texture as well. Even when I go down, there is some more details on the bottom part too. So I would like to go with the green color. I'm going to take this green, even I can mix with the blue. That's good for the top part, or some case on top of the canvas. Even a little darker. I mean, not darker, I mean more amount of paint. And I would mix the blue that I already have. That's a greeny bluey color. So in other kind of things I can have some green. So I can apply some of this here. Just randomly. Oops, the side is dry, is not dry. I would go with palette knife to make a texture on it. Even I can apply with the blue color on top at the same time in between to make it heavy as much as I can. But you don't have to go with the palette knife if you don't like. You just need to go with the brush. And even in between I have some like this kind of details, which is very nice here. Then bring the lighter green on top as a texture. And the side of palette knife is very helpful for me. Okay. Even I can work on my leaves with palette knife to make it more heavy, help it show off very higher as quality, or I can do it with brush. I will show you both technique, with palette knife and without that. So I think I'm okay with this. I wait a little get dry. Okay, you see that how I work here with palette knife? We can continue to work with the palette knife for the other part of the lily pad, like your leaves and the lily. But I would show how we can work even with brush as well. So I'm going to just put more paint as a green here and more blue, even a little light blue. I would place the leaves first and then go through the flower. So I just try to mix some more paint on it as a warm and light color. I would go with darker tone as well. And even in between I can bring some green, because some brown I mean, and some more light color. Okay, so I feel I need more yellow as well. To have warm and light color. Okay, so these are the paint I need. Even we can add more in between, but so far it's fine. And I'm going to add the screen first, which is the focal point of our painting, is this one. I try to shape it first, even the darker tone come. And I mentioned most of them are look like the oval shape. So with drawing, you can first shape each of them. And then even I forgot, I need to have one darker color too, like a mixture of black with brown and even a little feeling of green, because for this bottom part, the bottom part is more light, sorry, dark. Let me bring some green. I just pretend, because it looks like showing that the leaves on top of the water, so there is a shadow underneath. And this shadow can be more feeling, has more feeling of brown. Underneath of each, I try to add more. I have more leaves around it, so I can just imagine one here, pretend to be one here, and here, I mean. And even for here, I just pretend that this is darker green, like a shadow, bring it lower part and on the bottom part. Okay, so it's very dark now. It's better to bring the light tone as well at the same time. So I'm going on top, bringing the lighter tone. I try to move that dark and light color toward the center. Even some case there is more bluey tone. It has the lighter tone. You see, I just play with all these colors. Wow, this is too light. I can mix it with this. And then even like that. On the center. Oops, I just need to add more blue color. Okay, you can build it like this. And then I pretend one part of the leaves is bending. So with darker brown, I just try to apply for that. This look like it's like a bending leaves. And then one here. Even if you don't like to go with the palette knife, you can pretend that you have a palette knife in your hand and work the same with the same technique, I mean, with the brush. Like make as much as you can, like a thick. It doesn't matter with which medium or sorry, with which material you work. Even you can make a texture with a brush. You can make a texture with a palette knife, with even finger. It depends on how you work and make it more heavy. So even if you don't have any palette knife, don't worry. You can still make it thick with your brush. I'm still not happy with that because I feel it's not laid down. It's more look like a facing me. But if I would have a bending, like a blending and just a long oval shape, it's better to help it sit very like flat. So you can even work as much as details you want to bring on top, or it's really to depend on you. If you like to have more or less, you can just stop to apply, or you can continue. I just would like to continue to have more details. The other color that's very useful to have it is yellow ochre. I forgot to put my yellow ochre, but it's just fine with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. If you see, I have light green, warm green, which is yellowy, a little bluey green, and different kind of green I use on my surface for the lily pad, for the leaves actually. But still I need to apply in some case more or less, so I can just go with the a little bit what we have. I can go with the palette knife to have some more texture on it. So I just apply like this. Let's start adding more texture in our painting. So more texture, I would go with palette knife. Let's see what we can do with it. So I make this Maybe I just go with the more blue value here on top. And at the same time, from that side I need some brown color to bring on center, like here. Okay. And even I can go a little lighter here. Bring the blue color. Okay. So sometimes it's nice to have it, but so I don't know if you like the texture to be more visible or not. It's totally depend on it's a personal thing. If you like to see and make it colorful, so feel free to do that. Okay, go with this one too, and try to have a browny tone here and there. Okay. Oops. Even warm green. Okay, so I try to leave some, as long as we move, I would like to keep some like a texture, like heavily be visible, so I can just bring it higher. You can see this heavy texture. It's helped the leaves come out and jump like the real leaves on top. So I just wondering to keep that, which is very nice. Okay, so what do you think we need to add? I just try to add some more details as the leaves randomly on top of the water. I have the blue I mix with the red. Oops, a little dark, but it's very beautiful. I love the feeling of purpley. Okay. I don't want to have them everywhere, but just a little bit applied, fine. Okay. Yep. Just we need to wait get dry. We need to apply more, and then work on the flowers. If your water is not clean, I recommend to make to change it to be clean and ready for the lily flowers to apply. Okay, so we are done with the leaves, and actually if we would like to add more layers, of course we can do, but I think we are okay with that. We did a nice job already. So now we can apply for lily's petal, and it's a pinky color, just in case if you like to apply magenta or any reddish color, pinky color, give you the things that you want. A little yellow if you add, it moves to peachy color. Just in case I wanted to show you. So I'm going to add this details. The first is a little bigger. And even I go with the thick paint. For some part, maybe more thick. And you can bring some more shadow part in between the petals. At the same time, pure white color bring. But the things is very nice that you bring the thick paint and bring it through a really heavy and even pointy. And I can do it everywhere. It depends when you would like to place your flowers. You can add a little shadow light exactly accurate of the place. And even this one. Make sure if the leaves are still wet not to go through, because it get damaged and get dirty. And you see my brush is not getting clean with this colors. I really love them. Even mix them together would be okay and not worry about them. Like, just in case I try some part, make it more pointy. Yep, I feel I'm fine with that. And even I can apply with this brush a stroke as a shadow, like that. But if you don't like it, I don't recommend to do that, like this. I feel more happy to bring some darkness on top, for sure. I'm adding some more darkness. Well, that's a very good color. It's a dark purple color. Sometimes I prefer to be darker than lighter. It depends. So I just keep it here. I would go with the stem first, and then we are adding more details. Okay, so stem is darker color first I'm going to add. Pretend here. Help it sit on top of these leaves. That's very gorgeous flower. And this part, it can sit on other flower, other leaves actually. You can go even thick with the stem. That's okay. If you go everywhere thick, it would be fine to be even the stem be thick too. Okay. Just pretend that under each what is those? What are those? Under each what call leaves be really thick as a shadow. Doesn't need to be really thick. It can be just pretend some part, but really you need it to be visible on the top of the water. Now, when I think that okay, that's done, everything is finished, now I can back again and apply more layers if I want it. And then I would add some texture. the blue, purple. Even I need the warmness of the brown. In some cases, it's easier to do it with palette knife than with your hand by hand. It's more detailish. Okay, so far so good. I'm happy with it. Now I would bring some yellow, white. Where is the white? White is not enough. A little white. Even I see some randomly line. I don't know, it's maybe a reflection. The idea, I'm not sure what is for. But maybe a reflection, I don't know. Okay. Pretend that one. Oopsie. I need to bring back, sorry, the blue. Okay. Even I feel some part, maybe we need to add some leaves, some petals with this. Not all of them. Just because we apply everywhere, so it's not it's not fair not to work on this one. So because of that, I applied on this petal as well. Sometimes we need the green to come up, sometimes the red. So with palette knife is just pretend you make a texture. Sometimes it happens, sometimes don't. But even that pretend is beautiful to do. Okay. 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 So I feel I'm okay with it so far. Maybe just a bit, make it strong here. Okay, and then this one too. Okay. Yep, I feel happy with this painting. Beautiful landscaping. See flowers style painting. even a little bit texture more. Okay, what do you think about it? Are you happy with it? Oops, some part is very light. You can do that very light, but you don't have to, because white and yellow bring it really puffy and out. We don't need that much. With that one maybe work better. So even if the things happen that you don't like it, you can bring it back always, so don't worry about it. I think I don't want to overwork on it, but sorry, maybe I need some more light tone here, but not that much. This one is more fade, so I just need to pretend this part is fade. Okay. Yeah, we are done actually. And I hope you feel happy with this beautiful painting. For me, it was so gorgeous and I love that. So hopefully you be the same, love it, and hope you enjoy the process of painting. And if you have any question, feel free to contact me. And yeah, thanks again for joining me, and wish to see you very soon for having another watercolor or acrylic paint together. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ghazal, I'm a visual artist and art instructor. So I love this beautiful process of art, which is a painting, and I'm going to show you demos of different kinds of painting with watercolor and acrylic. But I'm working with different kind of medium like oil, charcoal, graphite, watercolor and acrylic. And in this video I'm going to show you this beautiful lily pad, which is perfect and colorful. I worked on it with the texture. If you see, you can hopefully see this texture that is here. And I worked some part with the palette knife. I am going to work with the brushes, so I make it simple for you to break it into a step-by-step painting as a background color and a drawing on top, and then add some more details on top as a process which happen in it. So please follow this video and create the beautiful and colorful painting like that, and hope you enjoy it. So follow me and watch more interesting video like that. Thank you.